Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's little extra video, again, is going to be sharing with you day 15 of the House of Matriarch Fragrance Advent Calendar. And I have it for you right here. Now, I think there's something in here. Obviously, there's something in here. I don't know what this is, so I'm gonna open it and find out. And yeah, let's see what this little goodie is today. So this is exciting. This is another fragrance that is out of production that I get to try, and it's Khephera. Now I believe this was released in either 2017 or 2008. So the notes in this are coffee, ginger, the heart notes are coffin wood. There's also cannabis, benzoin, papyrus, incense. It's been buried underground for 28 days. You have musk, balsam, rose, and funerary spices. So this is supposed to be what she describes it as the death and resurrection, like a full lunar cycle. And one thing that I love about Christi when it comes down to her creations is it's not just creating beautiful fragrances. She does take a very spiritual, ritualistic approach to her fragrances in the creation and the naming of them, and I learned that with she, and that was something that was really exciting and very moving to see. So I'm excited to try this. I'm going to be very minimal with this, and I'm just going to kind of let you guys know how I think it smells. With fragrances like this that are like, you know, I'm probably never going to be able to smell again, I'm going to be very mindful of the sample. So I have a little bit on my hand because I put some body lotion here, but I've been using non-fragranced hand cream. So this is the safest spot. So I'm gonna give it a minute or two, let it kind of breathe and dry down, and then I'll let you guys know what I think. So it's been about a minute that this has been on my skin, and I definitely get a lot of like earthy, smoky, resinousy, kind of funeral-y vibes. So for me, like when I think about, like, say death, I've seen death, you know, I saw my father pass away, you know, I've seen the smell of ashes, the smell of embalming, the smell of not embalming, you know, like death to me, when it comes down to a humanistic approach, is something that I've seen, experienced through other people, loved ones, and smelled. So when I think of the smell of death, I think of the earth. I don't think a lot of people think of the smell of formaldehyde. I think of it more as an earthy smell. Like when you go outside and you're getting ready to put your loved one in the ground, what does that smell like? Well, anytime I've been to a funeral and we've been putting a coffin into the ground, it's been damp. It's usually at the time of Florida where it's very, very damp. It's very moist. It's earthy. It's vegetal. It's a dirty smell to me. And then also you have the smell of the wood and the smell of the flowers. Now, my family growing up, they were very spiritualistic, and I embrace that. I love it. I think it's awesome. So whenever things would go wrong, I would be anointed with oil, or, you know, my doorway would be anointed with oil and things like that. And we always, just because my mom liked the smell of it, had this smell of incense around. So I don't take the anointing oil smells that I smelled when I was a child, or the smells of the incense, and I don't, in my mind, relate them to death, because me, the smell of death, and not death, but I would say leaving this life, starting another one, whatever you believe in regards to that, or if you don't believe in an afterlife or anything like that. Death is a stage of life, you know, we're all gonna die one day. And with everyone that I know, aside from my father who has died, the smell of death has always been like earth and green. But seeing the ritualistic side of it and seeing the kind of more religious side of it, and not a specific religion. I'm not saying Christianity or any other religion or Western religion or Eastern religion. Smell has always been so important with religions. And I know that when it comes down to rituals and special routines that you do to honor the living and the dead, or to kind of as an offering to somebody, whatever deity or god or goddess that you follow or believe in or love and cherish. Incense has always been ritualistic to me when I smell it, and I'm very picky about my incenses. So from my perspective as a smell, I know I'm going way off topic here. This is something I didn't think I'd ever talk about, but I have a lot of real feelings behind scent in regards to more than just fragrance. Like it's something that means a lot to me in a lot of different aspects of my life. But this scent just smells really beautiful. It has an earthiness to it, and I really like that. It smells dry and moist at the same time. You get that beautiful resinous qualities to it, but it has this like touch of incense, this touch of smoke, this touch of wood. And this doesn't smell like death to me, but it does smell, it has aspects of it, but it also has aspects of the rituals and the routines that surround the death or the saying goodbye to people in this life in a lot of other cultures. And I think that's really cool. This is a really exciting fragrance for me, more than it just smelling really, really nice. I actually wish I had purchased a bottle of this. I'm quite sad. But yeah, so I know like this video is getting way too long. I know these videos aren't crazy long, but when I smell something that has an inspiration behind it and has the process of the inspiration behind it, I get so excited. And I kind of talked about that a little bit in my creativity in perfumery. I used mermaids as an example because it was easy and I had 2 fragrances. But one of the reasons why I love House of Matriarch so much, and a lot of people love her stuff just because they smell good, and a lot of people really understand her point of view, whether or not you agree with the point of view, whether or not you're the same religion or you're an atheist and you have a lack of religion, that's fine. It's whatever you choose. But what I love seeing is when people have follow through with their creations, with their creative endeavors, not just in the olfactive arts, but in everything. It's really interesting to see people who like maybe create video games, and instead of just looking at photos of the types of places that they're designing environment wise, they go to dilapidated warehouses, they go to different parts of the world. You have all those different inspirations that they didn't just like look up on the phone and be able to copy. And there's nothing wrong with that, and I'm not, you know, trashing on people who do that. I myself, when I paint birds, I don't have a bird. One of the 2 different types of paintings I do is pop surrealism, and I do nature paintings. And I obviously don't have big-eyed elven girls like dancing for me to paint, and I obviously don't have like sharks and barn owls and turkey vultures like for me to paint. Like I understand, but when it comes down to this creative process, this immersive experience, I like when there's follow through from idea to construction to completion. And again, you know, being able to do that is exciting. So another thing that I did art-wise is a new era of the caps. I don't know if they do it anymore. They do like this art exhibit where you can apply to be part of the new era, and they kind of travel around and you design a cap. And I did that, and I was one of the people that was chosen, and my cap traveled around the country, and that was really exciting, and I was in their book. But one of the caps from the previous year is a perfect example, and it was really celebrating this like East Asian culture, and the person like would listen to music and would light incense and just created this entire experience around this hat. And it was so amazing and inspiring to see somebody not just creating a beautiful piece of art, but also really like going into it and really embracing everything about it. And I love seeing that in art or just in media or in anything. It's something that I really just, obviously I'm talking way too much, really appreciate. It's really exciting for me. And so in situations with like Christi, and there's other perfumers that do this too, not I would say from the same spiritualistic aspect that Christi does, but you know, having this beautiful, amazing creative idea and going full into it and really putting the heart and soul and inspiration and art and just passion into it. And I really see and smell that with Christi's stuff. And this is just, you know, kind of like opened Pandora's box of me talking about like death and incense and apparently elven girls, but hi. But I love seeing that, and it's something I truly appreciate from an olfactive, artistic, creative endeavor. And I see that with Christi's work, and I smell that in a lot of her work too. So this is really exciting because I can smell the earth, and that reminds me of, for me, what my definition of the smells of death is. But it also has those other components that ritualistically in different cultures all over the world are very important to the ritual of death and life and rebirth. So I'm gonna end this video here. This video was way too long, but I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I didn't think I was gonna be talking this long. It's kind of fun for me, and I hope you guys enjoy this topic too. And if you guys ever wanted me to talk about like what scent means to me, because that will be a very long and raw video, I will be more than happy to do that. Scent to me is more than just a bottle of perfume, but I do love bottles of perfume. But scent is very important to me, as it is important to a lot of people out there. I'm definitely not alone in this. Scent is very important, and I kind of always want to give it the respect it deserves. So this was a really cool fragrance to try. I'm really sad I didn't buy a bottle of it, but I am glad I have a little sample of it that I can enjoy and wear a few times for special occasions. So definitely love it. Hope you guys liked this video. I will shut up now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.